Hey, welcome back. So I'm here with Kimi, who has her own YouTube channel, What Would Blair Do? I'll put a link up below in the description. Kimi's a professional makeup artist. On her channel you can see her doing all sorts of different tutorials and looks. And today she's going to be showing you how she's going to do the makeup for the different looks that we're doing today. So Kimi, how important is makeup to changing your look, to restyling and creating a different look with what you've already got?
I think makeup is a really great way to change up an outfit. So you could have something a little bit more casual, and you could really dress it up with like a bold lip or some big lashes or both. I think it's really important to be creative with your makeup if that's something you're into, obviously. And I think it just makes such a big difference, and it's something that is always fun to play with. And yeah,
I agree, makeup should be fun.
Yeah,
have an experiment, try it at home, maybe not when you're getting ready for work in the morning.
Yeah, well, don't be afraid of it, because it wipes off at the end of the day.
Exactly, it's so temporary. And you don't need to have a huge makeup kit to create lots of different looks, do you?
Absolutely not. I'm obviously a professional makeup artist, so I do have a lot of stuff, but the average person, I mean, there's so many products these days that like multi-purpose products. You can use bronzer as eyeshadow, you can use highlighter as eyeshadow, you can use lipstick as blush, you know. You don't have to have a whole bunch of things in your kit. You can just have a minimal kit and play with it.
Fantastic. And when people are shopping for makeup, how can they make sure that they're buying products that are ethically made, things that are not tested on animals?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of brands these days are pretty upfront with what they do and don't do. A lot of brands are moving to more cruelty-free because they understand that people don't want bunnies having stuff jammed in their eyes in order to get your makeup. And I think it's really important to support those brands. I mean, the more you support those brands, the more brands are actually going to move to do it.
Fantastic.
And
vote
it's really
with money
important.
for what you think's important. So I think it's a really exciting time for makeup. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just someone who loves to put lots of makeup on. Always have done ever since I was about 13. I started wearing makeup. The choice now is just crazy. I remember when I was a lot younger, when I was 16, 17, I used to have to go to London on the train and go to Kensington Market and places like that to find bright colours, to find unusual stuff. And now there's so many amazing brands producing awesome colours and glitters and highlighters. The choice is just incredible, and a lot of it's really affordable as well. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get some really exciting makeup products.
There's a lot of small indie brands that are coming out that are really shaking up the industry in terms of they're cruelty-free, they're vegan, they're gluten-free. A lot of these things that maybe weren't so thought about, and they're coming out with these products, and they are killing it with price. Like, they are absolutely nailing being affordable. People are more things are more accessible with the internet as well.
Online shopping's made it, and social media, it's easy to find out about new brands and see their products. It's easy to go and find pictures of people using their products to see what it is.
Tutorials,
like.
YouTube, it's
YouTube
such a big thing.
I love.
And I think people are being more open to trying it themselves. Like, you know, one time you would maybe get a makeup artist to do things, but people are like, no, I'm going to watch some tutorials and I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah.
And I think that's really great.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Just
doesn't put me out of the job. People still need me.
Experiment and have fun.
Yeah.
So Kimi's going to be talking us through the different looks she's going to be doing today. So we'll come back and she'll tell you what she's doing for each look and the products she's using as well. So if you want to recreate them yourself or have a go at recreating an eye or a lip, or you love one of the products she's using, you can know where to find it.
Okay, so with the base, I've used Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Too Faced is a really good cruelty-free brand. I've also used Tarte concealer. Tarte is really great for cruelty-free, vegan, and also they use a lot of natural products. So a lot of their products are based on Amazonian clay, which is really good for the skin. They work a lot of skincare into their products. So if you're looking for a brand that is a bit more skincare focused but also cruelty-free and vegan, then Tarte is a good brand. So I've used that. I've highlighted her face a little bit at this stage using the Becca Opal Shimmering Skin Perfector, but I will probably cover her face in that a bit because we want her to look a bit glowy, really, really fresh. We don't want it to look cakey or anything. I think with daytime casual makeup, you might find casual a bit more heavy, but I think for this look we're trying to go for something a little bit more fresh and light. And to finish off this look, I'm just going to do a coat of mascara and some nice glossy lips. So the lip gloss I'm using is the Marc Jacobs. I believe it's called the Enamored Lip Gloss in the shade Sugar Sugar. This is the Tarte Ready Set Radiant. It is just a setting spray that is actually quite radiant, so she looks quite fresh now. As you can see, that's taken the powderiness off her face, and she's looking a little bit more fresh and lovely. Okay, so for the second look we are doing work to wine. So work to wine is basically you've gone to work, you want to look corporate, you want to look nice and polished, I guess, a bit more put together, and then you're going out for drinks afterwards, so you might want to darken up your makeup slightly, add a bold lip, but we'll get to that next. For this look, I'm not going to be doing a lot to this because I think this is my work look. This is what I do on a daily basis. Mascara, face, cheek. But for this, we're going to define the eyes slightly. So I'm going to be using the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Gorgeous palette, neutrals. This is a great palette to have in your arsenal because it's got everything in here. You can have neutrals, there's some shimmers, you can darken it up slightly. So this is a really great versatile palette. So I'll be using this just to define her eyes slightly. Okay, so for the wine portion of this look, what we're going to be doing is really super simple. So all I've got is a black kohl eyeliner. This is from Colourpop, and a little smudger brush. So that's all you're going to need to change up your eye look. And all I'm going to be doing is sort of darkening up the eye slightly. So I'll line her top lash line, and then I'll probably also smudge some under her lash line as well, just to darken up the eyes slightly. And it's realistic, like, you know, you're not going to carry your entire makeup kit to work with you. So just a kohl liner and a little smudger brush, and then a bold lip just to jazz it up slightly. So that's all we're going to be doing. Okay, so for the daytime wedding ceremony look, we're going to do something quite soft, and then we're going to glam it up for the reception. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette again, and I'm going to be using more neutral colours and maybe smoke it out and give it a bit of glam towards the edge so we can add a wing later. So yeah, I'm just going to be doing something quite soft and quite pretty. So this is the final wedding ceremony look. She just looks very pretty, lots of blush on the cheeks, a nice glossy lip and some nice lashes. Okay, so for the wedding reception, let's be realistic here. Nobody is going to be tearing off lashes and starting again. So all we're going to do is add a pop of colour to the lip. So I'm going to be using Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Craft, which is this lovely kind of pinky, purpley, beautiful colour. Really, really wedding appropriate. And I think it will add a little bit of something to the look. Okay, so for the ball look, we are going back again to the Modern Renaissance palette because I really want to focus on one palette being really versatile for loads and loads of looks. So all we're really going to be doing is darkening up Dakota's eyes a bit more, focusing more on the outer corner here, chucking on some really nice dramatic lashes, and then finishing it off with a really bold, shiny red lip. And yeah, she'll be ready for the ball. Okay, so now we're done darkening up the eyes. We are going to put on a glossy red lip. So I'm going to use some red lip liner to cover her whole lip, and then I'm going to go over the top with this Stylist Luxe Lips. Stylist are a cruelty-free and vegan brand. So this is a good, affordable, glossy red lip. Okay, so for the formal makeup, we want to keep it young and fresh. Love the flower crown. So I'm going to use the Modern Renaissance palette again, but I'm going to focus on these two shimmery shades here. Bit of a mixture. I'll put it on her lid. Some mascara. I'm not going to use lashes or anything. I just want it to look really soft, and I think that lashes can often overpower a look. But you could use individual lashes maybe if you had them, but for this we're just going to keep it nice and fresh. I'm going to put some extra cheeks, some extra highlight, give her a spray of maybe a radiant setting spray, glossy lip, and she'll be ready for the formal. Okay, so for the lips, I'm going to use this Model Rock liquid matte lipstick in the shade You Mauve Me. It's a nice sort of mauvey taupey kind of colour, and then I'll go over the top because this is a matte with a bit of a gloss just to give it a bit of something. This is again the Marc Jacobs Enamoured Lip Gloss in the shade Sugar Sugar. Okay, so now she is all glittered up, we are going to take the glitter further. So what I'm going to do with her eyes is I'm going to do a winged liner because, you know, the kids are doing that. And I'm also going to put some colour underneath her eyes. I'll probably use a pink and transition it into her blush. So she's got that real, you know, pink into the blush kind of look. And I'm also going to cover her face in stars and glitter and all of that as well to continue the glitter theme. A good trick for winged liner, if you're not that confident with it, is to get some concealer and a little brush, a little sharp brush as I've got here. And then trace your line where you want to put your wing. And this just gives you a guide as to where you want to draw your line. And it's good because it's concealer, so it blends away. So draw your little line. This will also, and you can be as messy as you want. It doesn't have to be a perfect line. If you turn your head there, you can see the concealer that I've put there. And then it's also a good tip for how to get the length and to get them even. So that side with your concealer, and then it's really hard to do in front of the camera because we've got to turn straight on so I can see how nice and symmetrical we want the wing. And then we go in with our liner pen. And then you can use the concealer to even them out once you've got the eyes open. And then just blend it away. Okay, so we're going to be using the Modern Renaissance palette again, and we'll be focusing on Love Letter and Venetian Red. Does that say Venetian Red? Pretty sure it does.
It does.
And Buon Fresco. So we'll be focusing on these colours to get the right sort of pink tone for the look, and we'll be focusing this under her eye, and as I said, sort of working it into the blush to give it a kind of gradient effect. Okay, we're about to start with the stars. Right. So I'm going to just use some eyelash glue, and I'll just tap a bit on, grab a star. Yeah, thank you. And stick it to the face. And I'm just going to work around this area, and I'll probably also put some little colourful gems on as well. But I'm using all different size stars because symmetry is not going to be your friend with this sort of thing, nor does it have to be. And I'll probably work the stars into her hair as well so they can graduate nicely into the moon buns. Now I've got all of the glittery, starry goodness, I'm going to put some lashes on her, and then I'm going to do a really nude lip. Okay, so now for lips, I am using the Model Rock Cosmetics liquid to matte lipstick in the shade Born This Way.